that out to individuals and say, well, whatever goes for an individual, and who am I to judge? I don't think it quite works like that. It's a cultural thing.
People start their sentences wrong by saying, this is wrong. They need to add their views. Like, I personally believe it's wrong.
And argue.
And then they could probably have more of a kind of acceptance within that thought.
Yes. Because that way you could say that you think something's wrong and argue your reasons why, in the hope that you might change their mind, or they might at least
I guess I'm going on to your point
respect your point of view.
Morals, and I guess the general morals of everyone is, because there's no really such thing as normal. There's, if you say, oh, this is just normal morals, it's just kind of almost a collect average, and then even then it's subjective. So
you've got a spectrum, haven't you? It goes from one end to the other, and you've got the average who sits in the middle. But there's obviously, we're talking about 9 billion people in the world, so there's quite a few people who sit there, but 7 billion, not 9 billion. Yeah, and but spread out, you've then got people all across that line with different viewpoints. And so how can we in this country say this is what we think is right, so that's right, and then there's another country who will say no, this is right. Well, neither of us can be right.
yeah.
Is
because we can't be both right with different ideas.
Is custom personal for someone, or is custom for a community?
No, a custom has to be
from an environment.
Yeah, come from a, customs of culture, religion.
So custom can't be keep the nature and nurture thing. A custom cannot be from nature.
I can't say, you know what, I'm going to kill people. This is a custom. I'd have to
no, but if you're a
society.
psychopath, you come from our culture, and you think it is right to kill somebody, you haven't got that from our culture at all. You've got that from yourself. And could you call that custom for you?
That would be just about the majority. I think custom is like the majority of people. And I don't really agree with that quote when you say that morality is the majority then and there, how they happen in life. I think that kind of sums up custom and kind of that is kind of the way that we see it at that given time. It is the majority of people. There could be some people that disagree, but because the majority will overrule them.
I think it's sad but true. I mean, it's kind of the majority that kind of get to say in what's kind of socially acceptable in our society.
But who tells us what's right?
We decide amongst ourselves. It's society.
But you get told, oh no, this is wrong to do. Historically, it would have been the church that told you that, and nowadays it's governments in the UN and people like that who tell you. Like,
but they're
human rights
elected by supposedly elected by people. So surely, in a way, this stems from.
But when you
Just one at a time. I think the idea of what's good and how you judge that comes from all sorts of influences in your life. Your parents, your school, perhaps religion, perhaps politics, and certain interests you have. Glean, this kind of sense of morality, from all your influences, and the community. And when somebody loses all sense of morality, and like an individual that you mentioned there, psychopath, I think they're kind of